And for the folks out there that want to follow along, we have the Tattoo Now app. All the tattoos of the day are on the Tattoo Now app, and you can vote for the ones you like. All right, so this is a wonderful back piece from...
Yeah, I saw that one today on the website. I didn't get a chance to look at it real close, but it looks amazing. You know, it's got the underwater and the looks like above water scene.
It's got some
beautiful color.
It's got some evolution kind of stuff going on, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, it's got some creatures crawling out of the soup.
Oh, I see what that is. Yeah, that's great.
It's
really nice texture in the leaves, and you know, it looks like in the trees in the background. Beautiful stuff.
Oh, this is another big back piece that we just had. Aaron Della Vedova.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that guy, amazing artist, works down in San Diego at Guru Tattoo. This guy that did Joe Rogan's sleeve. Joe was one of the big inspirations for me to, as he asked before, start my podcast. You know, those guys were doing amazing things with their genre of listeners and comedy, and yeah, Aaron did a wonderful job on Joe's sleeve. I've seen pictures of that. He's a great artist.
Oh, look at this adorable little pup.
Look at that.
It's Stefano Alcantara. Stefano was a good friend of the shop up here. We see him a lot. His black and gray work is amazing. It really is.
Yeah, phenomenal, man. You know, you look at to be able to recreate that, you know, the look of the eyes and the softness of the skin on somebody's skin is absolutely amazing. It looks flawless. I'm really happy with how he did that. Look at that, the highlights.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Just the emotion in the eyes is wonderful. Somebody is loving that tattoo as much as they love their puppy.
Stefano always does an amazing job, that's for sure. So this is an off-the-map artist, Tim Senecal. Tim has been doing some super bright stuff lately, and I really dig this piece. He was finishing up a sleeve that he had started, and the guy just said, "Go for it."
No, that's wonderful. I mean, it kind of mixes, you know, a little bit of that new kind of, you know, stuff that I saw being done back in San Francisco in the late 90s, but then it brings, you know, some really new, bright and wonderful technique to it as well. I mean, the pinup is amazing. Yeah, it reminds me, I'm going blank on the guy's name, but he did a friend of mine, George Campisi's stomach in an outer space scene. It looked phenomenal. This is just great. I love how he mixes up the hard line and the soft, you know, real detailed lines as well. It's beautiful.
I really like the glow off of the helmet from the ray gun.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. You know, it's really nice.
Yeah, no, thanks for pointing that out. I didn't even notice that. That's amazing. Really cool stuff. Space is hard to do.
Space is infinite.
Yeah. That's a nice one. Josh, who's that? Josh?
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Josh V. Killing
Josh
it.
W.
Oh, is that a W? I can't see the full thing. Josh W. Killing it. Regardless, it's amazing, and to pull it off with those kind of colors, that's really unique. The way he's done the cherry blossoms with, you know, very similar colors to the bird. That's really nice.
Tying it together, you know, using the consistent color palette across the whole tattoo.
Yeah, it's you know, it's different, and I like that. You know, cherry blossoms tend to get, you know, played out the same way every time. And you know, I just saw my good friend Bao Nguyen at Hard Luck do a sleeve that had wind and water, and he put blue cherry blossoms in with the water, and it looked amazing, and it just, you know, it popped really well. And
it goes to show that you don't have to stick with what's been done to have a traditional look to it, you know.
A real good way to maybe spark your creativity is to take that Russ Abbott. You know, Russ talked on my podcast last week about
here's Russ's tattoo.
Amazing. And look, you know, you can go on and take a seminar with him coming up real soon through TattooNOW.com.
That's right.
And he's got his color palette seminar, and And anything that you can get through the internet, and I love what you guys are doing with that stuff with the webinars, and absolutely amazing. So any tattooers out there that are maybe stuck or feeling like they're in a grind with the color palette that they're using, jump online and take that seminar from Russ, or catch him at a seminar. It'll be well worth your
that seminar is July 28th with Russ, and you can either attend it in person here in East Hampton at Off the Map, or you can take it online. And people are going to be able to either bring in their pictures of their work or email it to Russ, and he'll critique them. And actually, coming up very next Sunday, we're doing a seminar, a black and gray seminar with Big Gus.
I saw that, man. I one of these days I'm going to jump on that, because that's one thing. I have an amazing black and gray artist amongst my midst in Paul Marquez at Hard Luck, but I love to get another perspective, or as many perspectives as you can. That's key in staying fresh and staying on top of your game. Is take these seminars. I still, every day I draw lettering, I look back on the seminar that I took with Dave Gibson, and about lettering. So it's amazing, guys. If you have an opportunity to, and you do, there's no excuse now, because Off the Map Tattoo and TattooNOW.com is putting this stuff out there for you guys, available wherever you're at. So
that's right.
Take advantage of it and really step your game up.
So
look at that. That's cool. I love how
Mike DeVries piece here. This is.
Oh yeah, what an amazing guy. I've had an opportunity to watch him work at a convention, and he put a Joker on a good collector's chest, and he does amazing. You don't see a lot of the black and gray work for him, but when you do, man, it pops. Look at those eyes.
I really love the depth and the orange and the reds and the eyes, and there's like a fire in there. It really comes through.
Yeah, such a good contrast with the dark and soft grays that the piece has. Amazing detail in the chain, and really a nice take on an owl clock piece, which I've actually been commissioned to do an owl clock piece as well. Much more traditional in its sensibility, but I love what he did with it.
Ian Robert McCowan, he's going to be at Paradise with us out in Keystone, Colorado.
Yeah, that's great. I think when I counted last, Ben, I have probably 70 something. No, is it 70? 50 maybe, 53 eyes on myself tattooed.
Wow.
I have a creature on my chest that Jeff Rescher did that has eyes all in its wings, and I have an eye on my chest, I have an eye on my hand. I love eyes, man. That one's done exceptionally well. Look at that.
That's a beautiful piece. Travis Litke, this was done for a person who wanted their 3 favorite tomatoes.
That's awesome. You know what? The ideas for tattoos are never ending, my man. They are definitely, there's no loss for ideas out there. And at this point, with the technology and the equipment that we're using, and the quality of the ink, there's no reason people can't get a wonderfully foundationally well-structured piece that's going to have the elements that's going to make it hold up over time, and it's going to look great. I've been using that little Ego machine from Bez. Man, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, Bez's machines are cool, and I think he's got a new one in the pipe.
Is that right? I can't say enough good things about it. It really, I use it for pretty much exclusively now for my shading since I've gotten it, and I use it a little bit for lining. I'm not super, I don't use it as much for lining. I need to talk with the guys over there, maybe at Off the Map, and get a little insight into using that. But it's wonderful for shading. It'd be great for doing a piece like this with the ship, where you got to pack in that nice dark black and that beautiful blue. It's great.
I think next up is a Dennis Wheeler piece after this. Yeah, there's Dennis. Dennis is from Denmark. He's a character, that's for sure. I just lost my mic, so if you guys heard anything weird, it's because I just took my mic off.
That's all right. A little scratch, no big deal. That's I think people are probably so mesmerized by this lion piece that they didn't even think about it. It's beautiful, man. You know, this goes to show you guys all over the world are putting out beautifully executed and well designed pieces. You know, there's no reason that you have to go and trade a 6-pack of beer for a shitty tattoo in the back of somebody's garage anymore. You can get wonderful work anywhere across the world.
Yeah, this Gary Dunn piece is a good example of a
Yeah.
pretty great tattoo. And
How cool is that? It reminds me of like like an Irish fighter or something.
definitely, it's got traditional a traditional vibe, but it's definitely done in a more modern style.
Yeah, I like it. I like myself. I like mixing things up. I like doing some dot work with things. I like doing heavier shading. I like mixing up some more painterly stuff within my traditional. So I love it. I love how this one's look a lot of detail in this one, and
It also has like an illustrative kind of graphic thing mixed in the background too.
yeah. You know, the cool thing about like a piece like this is it's going to still hold up over time, and even when some of those minute details kind of fade out, it'll still have that structure there of the dark eyes and the beak and the hat, and you'll still be able to see all those great things and still know what it is. It's really cool to see that guys are taking their work to this kind of level, and it's still going to hold up over time. It still has enough structure to it that it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'd love to know the story
For a lot
behind
of
that one.
years.
So this is our last one. This is Alec Triansky. I always have a hard time with his name. Looks like kind of a Cheshire cat kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, that one's hard for me to see. It looks like a lot of detail in it.
There we go.
Yeah,
It's very soft,
Yeah, that's
soft
cool.
gray.
yeah, I dig it, but it's still got those hard outlines on it that are gonna on the parts that need it. That's a tough spot. That chest down and under into that armpit. It's a tough spot to get those to get all those details in there. You got to have a good, strong client that's gonna be willing to sit, and look at how smooth those grays are too.
I really like the gray shading in the
cool.
tail and stuff.
Yeah.
On that, we're going to have to wrap it up because Mr. Gabe Ripley has got his business webinar coming up right after our show. So he's going to be doing his live business webinar right after this. So Joe,
Cool.
thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and talking with us and
You know what?
going through
Ben,
Tattoo Today.
it was my pleasure, and I look forward to meeting you in person and Gabe in person out at Keystone, Colorado. We're going to be there September 13th through the 16th. I will be doing, or 12th through the 16th. I'll be doing shows on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And so far, the one show I have confirmed, Doug Hardy and Matt Shama. We're going to try to get a couple other shows lined up, Jojo Ackerman and Seth Safari. I'm in the talks with, and they both expressed interest. So it's going to be a great time. I look forward to it. Man, if people want to get a hold of me to get tattooed, I will be tattooing out there. But they can also, if they're in the Bay Area or Northern California here, out in San Joaquin Valley, they want to come over to Hard Luck, they can get tattooed by me Wednesday through Sunday pretty much. You can hit me up on an email, ogjoeswanson@gmail.com. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, all over the place. Same thing, OG Joe Swanson.
Right on, Joe.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you very much. Shout out to Electric Avenue, Nowheresville in San Francisco. And shit, man, I love it.
All right,
Thank you
man.
very much.
Thanks for being with us. Hopefully we'll get you back sometime.
Cheers.
Take it easy.